Well, there's a lot more to driving a locomotive than you might think. Let's jump aboard this DX locomotive and catch up with Ian again to talk more about what it takes to be a locomotive engineer and drive these trains. Even though they're on a track, there's still a lot to think about. Follow me. Okay, Ian, you brought us into the cab of the DX locomotive, and this is where the locomotive engineer will sit to control and drive this train. There's a lot going on here, but just pretty basically, can you show us a couple of the features that we've already seen, such as where you control the throttle for the engine and maybe also the braking system?
So this is the operating cab of the locomotive, and the locomotive engineer, when they climb in the cab, they will scan the controls after checking other various items on the locomotive. Before they move off, they'll turn the headlights onto full, put your reverse in the forward reverse. It's in the forward position at the moment, and engage your power. So when you put a notch 1, you'll see the corresponding amount of amps on your amp gauge there. So that's the amount of power going to the wheels, the traction motors on the wheels, to assist in moving the locomotive. After that, it will release the locomotive brakes, and the locomotive will move away. And just a short toot on the whistle, just as you're moving, to advise people that you are moving away.
You're also thinking about this, but you've got to actually see where you're going and looking for those distractions, and that's one of the key things for a driver to take into consideration, isn't it? Is what's going on ahead on the track.
Yeah, so when you're travelling along at 80 kilometres an hour on all freight trains there, you're continually scanning ahead. You're looking for track faults, if there's any on the track, like animals, or if you get vehicles or people moving near the track, you want to toot the whistle and alert them to you coming. You also got to watch your speed and slow down for curves, and ultimately control the speed of the train, so you can run the train efficiently and correctly.
And that's the key, isn't it? In terms of the likes of us, pedestrians crossing, we've got to pay that respect to the drivers, really, when I think about it, because you've got so much to think about. The last thing you need is any further distractions of people doing silly things on the track.
Yes, that's correct. Well, the thing with the locomotive, you can't steer it at the road. There's no steering wheel on it. So we can't swerve away from anyone or anything that's on the track.
Yeah, and as we've already discussed, of course, it takes a long way for it to slow down.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Stop. So some really important safety considerations for when you're, just waiting for a train to cross. And busy job up here in the cab.
Well, certainly.